What's up, nerds? And welcome back to your weekly dose of all that is pop culture and nerdom from your three favorite fat nerds. That's right, it's time for the flagship 3FN podcast. And as always, we are at the 8122 Production Studios. And that means Ronald is here.
What's happening?
And hashtag Big Natty Cool himself, Derek, a.k.a. Diesel, is in the house.
What up, nerds?
And I'm Rich, and we are here. We are here to give you what you need in the world of nerd in this past week of the nerd, if you will, since the last time we talked to you. And speaking of that, Ron, how have you been doing since the last time we talked to these fine folks in their earphones or car stereos or however they're listening to us?
Fine, great. Things have been going good. Can't complain.
Awesome. And Derek?
It's been a good week. How about yourself?
I'm having, I've had a rough day, but I overall a good week. We're doing good things. We have big things going on. We'll talk about that later, but I'm sure some of you already know about that. But let me give you the rundown of the show before we jump right in, because we got a lot to cover. Of course, the main event slot, as it is always at the flagship show, Diesel's Movie Triple Stuff. We're going to give you the box office. We're going to hit you with the top three, and of course, Diesel's Pick of the Week. Talking Nerd, man. Talking Nerd will be about that special news this week, and we need to get it out there, and we're going to do a little call to arms. We've done that before, but we really actually need your help, and we're going to tell you how you can help us. We're going to continue to bring the free funny, but we can use a little help. Dungeon Master's Corner, of course. Before that, Ron will give you some D&D info. Plus, we have a little talk about some Sony and Microsoft cooperation, and maybe a survival horror game that we've all been waiting for in the very near future. And the nerd news, of course. We got a lot of nerd news. We got an old cartoon coming back. We've got a little news on the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show. We got some stuff across the DC and Marvel television, movie, animated. We've got a ton of stuff in nerd news. But first, let's open hot with the biggest news of the week. And straight out of the headlines today, Ron, you won't have to wait long because John Wick 4 comes out on May 21st, 2021.
Yay.
And I know I didn't put that in the notes because I just wanted to throw it in there just to rub it the salt of the wound.
I already said it at dinner.
But we're not going to touch on that right now. That's for a little later. But the real opening hot, the real big news, the hot button issue, if you will, of the week, and not because we don't talk about Game of Thrones, but I heard that was pretty. I heard that was pretty wild too. And trust me, if we feel for you if you do it, and I promise I won't say I told you so. But Robert Pattinson has been cast to star as Batman in the upcoming The Batman movie, and it set the internet on fire. Of course, people are presuming that Batman will now be sparkly. First of all, what are your guys' opinion on Robert Pattinson becoming Batman?
It's fine, whatever. Who cares?
He's an actor. He's not actually a vampire that's 200-some years old.
Yeah.
He's not a wizard from Hogwarts. He's an actor. He's going to either impress us or let us down. We have to give him a chance, though.
No, I agree with you fully. I put it out on our Facebook page. I think I did on Twitter too. The same comment that it's not like he's the worst Batman. We've already lived through Val Kilmer and George Clooney, and he can either be as bad as them, but he's not going to be worse than them because they were pretty much bottom of the line.
I didn't mind Val Kilmer, but the movie itself sucked.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Well, yeah, but that's what It's just still it is what it is, and I have some high hopes, but I did want to bring up. I did see a meme that somebody put out in the world, and if this happened, I would literally explode everywhere with joy, is because it had a picture of Robert Pattinson standing next to Michael Keaton, and below it had a cartoon picture of Batman Beyond with Bruce Wayne
and Tobey Maguire in this.
That's right. So if that's the movie that they're doing, because they're kind of tight-lipped on it, I would be a happy boy, but it's probably not. But I'm just saying.
What Matt has said, it's supposed to do his detective skills, more or less. So that's the way they're going, and they've already introduced 3 villains, like the Riddler, the Penguin, and like one other person. I can't remember the third. The Riddler was the third one that was just released, and I can't. But I mean, between the it's just going to be Batman doing his detective skills to figure out the major crime. So okay, like. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know where else to go with it, like that, so I don't think they're doing Batman Beyond quite yet. I would love a Batman Beyond movie,
but we're gonna wind up getting Law and Order Gotham.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I'm on board for as well.
Well, yeah, which which is actually a harder movie to shoot. So if it actually comes out, I mean, then we'll finally have every aspect of Batman we want.
To all the haters out there, at least it's not Hayden Christensen.
He's got a point there. He's got a point there. Well, moving along to something we talked about, I think a couple weeks ago. Disney had acquired was in the process of acquiring more shares of Hulu, and they succeeded. So Disney now currently owns 67% of Hulu, because Comcast still principally contains 33%. But within 5 years, they could force themselves, along with NBC, who is in it with them, to sell it to Disney at fair market price within the next 5 years. So within 5 years, Disney will be in complete control. Well, they're in complete control now because they have the lion's share. So they have control of the company. And within 5 years, it could be 100%. So technically, they'll have three streaming services if you count ESPN. So here's the thing. That package that people were talking about, where you could probably get Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus all in one nice little package, probably going to be a reality.
Yeah.
Probably going to be a reality. It probably set at the price that it's going to cost you just to have Netflix soon. Because when Netflix goes up to 15, they're talking already. Disney's kind of giving the hint that all three of them are going to cost 15. Because I do believe when we were talking about Disney Plus, it was only in the $8, $7,
$6.99 a month,
$6.99. Yeah. So there you go. Think about it. Technically, you buy two get one free.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I think they're going to end up doing. And it's a smart, because they're not going to put their content that's R-rated on Disney Plus.
No.
So this just gives them a way to put all that 20th Century Fox stuff on Disney Plus anything else that they want to move over and make in the near future. So good for them. That also would include the R-rated Netflix shows, the new ones that they're coming out with, and hopefully eventually the ones that Netflix owned and now are going to be coming over soon. Speaking of Netflix losing things, though, they lost the Marvel license, and now they're losing the CW license as well. CW is not renewing their up to Netflix. 2 reasons. One, presumably the DC stuff is all going to go right on to the DC Universe streaming site. 2, CW has lost their own streaming site that we just found out during the ups, and that is the CW Seed. It's called CW Seed.
That's been around for a couple of years. They just haven't really pushed anything.
Well, they're pushing it now.
Yeah, that's where you got to see some of the animated stuff, like the Arrow and Flash meet Vixen. There's a couple other stuff on there. It's just they haven't gone ho on it yet.
Well, they are planning to, and we'll talk about that more in Nerd News, because there's a little pitch to that. So what do you think there? Do you think DC's making the play? Gabe said, hey, listen, we're going to take our stuff and want to put it on the universe. You can carry it still probably on your stuff as well, but we're taking it to DC Universe, so get rid of Netflix.
Everything else is on there. I was flicking through it the other day. I mean, you got every Batman movie made so far. The only stuff, the new stuff isn't on there quite yet. It'll take a couple months for that, but like Superman 1 through 4, all the old Batmans, the old Flash series, like it's all there right now.
How long do you think it's before the mouse puts Marvel Plus out?
I don't know why waste.
I know. I'm just
saying, just do Disney Plus and just have it all on that.
Yeah.
Well, it's already going to be all on Disney Plus. So.
Netflix is probably going to be losing a lot of subscribers soon.
Unless they step up their game.
Well, no, because even then, like, the only thing I'm going to drop as soon as Disney Plus comes out, once Umbrella Academy Season 2 comes out, I'll get it for a month. I'll binge watch what I want to watch, and I'll be done with it.
He's got a good point there. They're not locking you in for like a year anyway. So it's, if you pay month to month, you can just get it for a month, binge watch the shows you want, and get rid of it.
Yep.
I mean, unless they start coming out with such the amount of original content that you can't turn down. And mind you, I'll give them credit. They have a good original content. They do. They really do. I mean, but they need to step it up even more than they do now if they want to retain everybody, because all the blockbusters are going elsewhere, because Disney Plus is cutting them off from every major blockbuster. 20th Century Fox is still going strong and is going to be making a lot of movies coming up. Disney's already said. There's some big ones in the pipeline for 20th Century Fox even, and then Disney itself. I mean, do we need to look at them Endgame numbers again? I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of money Disney's making, not just Endgame, but all the other stuff they're putting out.
Yeah.
So taking that off of Netflix is a big hole to fill for Netflix, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
But, what say you guys at home? We want to hear from you. You know how to find us. Facebook, 3 Fat Nerds Podcast. Hey, while you're there, if you don't already, like and share that page. Help us spread the word of nerd. That'd be awesome. Also, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 3 Fat Nerds Pod. For all the social medias, use the hashtag 3FN when talking about the flagship show. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hit you with this week's edition of the Nerd News.